back to Divine Purpose. Today's topic will be you're missing something. And for a disclaimer, I am not a preacher, I am not a pastor. I'm learning just like you all are learning. But if Yahweh Most High could save my life, then he can save your life too. Now let's get into it. Okay, so today's topic is you're missing something. And I've been holding on to this word, y'all, for a while because it's been on my phone. But I wanted to see what exact story related to this. What story relates to this? So I think I was watching something on the internet and it talks about if you pass the same tree twice, you're missing something. You missed something the first time you went around. And I was like, oh, that's good, that's good, that's good. Let me save that. Let me hold on to that. Because that's a word right there. Come on, that's a word in itself. And then I was thinking, and I was like, God, like what story in the Bible relates to this? The story about the people in Israel being in the wilderness. Okay, some of y'all didn't catch it. Some of y'all didn't catch it. So because the people of Israel were being disobedient to Yahweh, he took and made it so they were stuck in the wilderness, not for 1 year, not for 2 years, not for 3 years. Uno, dos, tres. No. They were in the wilderness for 40 years, y'all. 40 long years in the wilderness because they were being disobedient to God. That's crazy in itself, honey. Okay, 40 years. Come on now. Come on now. 40 years. Woo! And some people can relate to that because you've been walking in disobedience. You've been in the wilderness for too long. You've been in the wilderness for too long, y'all. Come on. So when I was researching this story, it was very interesting because I wanted to take what I already was feeling and relate it to this. And what I seen is that there were pillars of clouds during the day and pillars of fire by night. So it was though God in heaven was, in other words, still making his presence known, still making it known that even if I put you in the wilderness, even if you are in the wilderness because you have been disobedient, he already said that he would never leave us nor forsake us. Come on. Come on. So that was so powerful to me that like it was showing that God in heaven's presence was still there in the midst of their wrongs. Woo! And God in heaven is still there in the midst of us making mistakes, in the midst of us falling short. He is still there. His presence is still there. Now that's my first part, y'all. Come on, because we got a long time to go, honey. And then also, not only, so these people were in the desert. When I'm saying wilderness, I mean these people were in the desert. We know what the desert looks like. Come on. And Yahweh was still providing them with water, still providing them with bread. Come on. Woo! He was still protecting his people even though they were in the wilderness because of a disobedient thing that they were doing. And people try to be like, okay, God is so loving. He is so loving. Oh, God in heaven is so loving that he protects us even when we do wrong. He protects us even when we were unrighteous. And that is the definition of love. But that is unconditional love. Woo! And that's powerful right there. That very much is. So, we're going to take it to the scripture. Now, I would take it all the way back to Exodus, but we're not going to do it for the sake of the length of this video. But read Exodus if you have never read Exodus before in your life. Take a read at it. It's a good book. The book of Exodus is very, very good. Let's take it back to the beginning. Let's take it back to the part where I said when you pass the same tree twice, it means you're missing something. Because, honey, woo, sometimes things will continuously happen over and over and over again in your life. And that's because Yahweh is putting you in that same situation over and over and over again so you can get something out of it. He's wanting you to pay attention to something in that process and learn something from that process. And so a lot of times, come on. So a lot of times we'll be in the wilderness and we have the map, but we don't want to use it. Sometimes God in heaven will put us in a situation and He will give us direction on how to get out of that situation. And we don't pay attention to direction. There is a lot of times when Yahweh is giving us the map, giving us what to do, and we're just not looking at it. We've seen the map and we're like, you know what? I don't need this. I can do this on my own. I don't need no direction because I got my own direction. Nope. Because all you're going to do, can you imagine these people? They was in the wilderness for 40 years. People might think, how can you be in the wilderness? Like, how big was this place? That's what I think in my head. And I don't know if I'm the only one. But I think that in my head, like, how big was this wilderness for y'all to keep going around in circles for 40 years? And it was because of their disobedience. See, God in heaven will allow you to keep going in the same circle, keep going in a circle around and around until you take a moment and be like, I must be missing something. I must be missing something. And that's a word for somebody. You're missing something. So when you keep going around in that circle and you keep being like, why do I keep being in this same situation? Because the first time God put you there, you missed it. So now He has to take you back around again. Second time, you missed it. You keep on missing the point. There's always, that's good. That's very good. There's always a reason for every single thing. There's always a reason for things. And we will come out of that situation learning so much from where God had us at. And catch this. So as we're looking at the map, so say you done ripped up the map, you've been trying to do it on your own. You will keep going in a circle. Just keep going around and round, honey. It's like a carousel. Never-ending carousel. Where you just keep going around and around in circles. Because in reality, you did not look at the map. And that's why I always pray for God in heaven to give me guidance. To know where to go and what to do and how to move. Because there's always a map. We just have to look at it. And I don't know about y'all, but at some point in your life, you have to get tired of keep going in circles. It's pattern. It's your pattern. You're consistently going around in a circle. You're consistently making it hard when God in heaven is like, all you have to do is look at this map. The people of Israel, they were so worried about the past that when God in heaven brought them out of the wilderness, when they finally got it together, they finally looked at that map, and